Good evening, the evening news. Babatunde Bolatito is my name. President Muhammadu Buhari has described the change of baton tomorrow in the history of Nigeria as another peaceful transition of power from one elected government to another in the steady march to improve and sustain Nigeria's democracy. This is contained in his farewell message to Nigerians in Abuja, saying this year witnessed the most keenly contested presidential election since the First Republic and demonstrates that Nigeria is getting better and more entrenched with this election. He called on all Nigerians to improve and sustain gains made in the electoral process on an incremental basis for Nigeria to take its rightful place among nations. The outgoing president also stated that democracy provides for, allows and encourages seeking redress for perceived injustices, enabling some candidates and political parties that did not agree with the result to go to court. Ahead of the inauguration of the president-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, who takes over as Nigeria president tomorrow, foreign guests and other dignitaries have started arriving at the Federal Capital Territory for the ceremony. The family of the detained leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, have distanced themselves from alleged plans to disrupt tomorrow's inauguration of the new administration in Abia State or any part of the country. The family also declared that the group is not part of any plot to cause disorder and disaffection on May 29 across the country. This disclosure follows information the family said it received alleging that some disgruntled elements were planning to cause disorder in the East in the name of the family and IPOP group. President Emmanuel Kanu, who spoke to newsmen, said anyone linking the family or IPOP with any plot to disrupt the inauguration anywhere in the country is being mischievous, describing those behind the rumor as the real enemies of the people. Kanu family representatives said both the family and IPOP believe in peace and will continue to promote peace, stressing that their major preoccupation is on how to secure the release of Kanu and not how to disrupt any inauguration. Osho State will in no distant time compete favorably with economically buoyant states in the country. A former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Barrister Niyi Owolade, said this while speaking with Osbc News on 6 months administration of Governor Ademola Adeleke in the state. Speaking shortly after featuring on Osbc TV weekly program Saturday Morning Treat, Barrister Owolade said the present government has tried as much as possible to block leakages and check capital flight, noting that some abandoned projects have been revived and will soon be completed. He pointed out that all economic advantages in the state will be mustered to take Osun State into an enviable height. He speaks.
The leadership trait in Governor Ademola Adeleke, because you need a leader that is dedicated, that has a sincerity of purpose, that wants Osun to be taken to great heights. That's the type of leader that Governor Ademola Adeleke is. But going forward, the concepts, what he has conceived, it's now time to implement. So you are just beginning to see a little bit. But in about 24 months to his inauguration, that's why you'll be able to begin to feel or to see his direction more than early stage, because 6 months is just the early stage.
The House of Representatives has approved an amendment to the Central Bank of Nigeria Act, raising ceiling of ways of means advances from the Apex Bank from 5 to 15%. The House gave the approval at an emergency sitting today. The Senate had approved an upward review of the ways and means advances accessible to the federal government from the CBN. According to the lawmakers, it will enable the government to meet its immediate and future obligations with the approval of the ways and means by the National Assembly and advances to the federal government by the Central Bank of Nigeria. The Senate also passed another legislation that seeks to extend the implementation of the 2022 supplementary budget by 6 months, from June to December 2023, which the House earlier approved. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State and his deputy, Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, have submitted their asset declaration forms in compliance with paragraph 11, part 1 of the 5th schedule of 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that mandate political office holders to declare their assets on assumption of office and at the end of their time in office. The asset declaration was administered to the governor and his deputy by Professor Samuel Okundari, board member representing Southwest Zone, and witnessed by Honorable Tawfiq Abdulsalam, member, and Mrs. O. Popola, Lagos State Director of Code of Conduct Bureau. Oyo State Police Command today said it has apprehended 5 members of a group which forcefully hijacked Amululu 99.1 FM at Moniya Ibadan. Police said the intention of the suspect Noah Atuyebi, Benga Adeleke, Abdulgani Kolawole, Bashiru Kehinde, and Elijah Fajola was to declare liberation from the Federal Republic of Nigeria. A statement by Oyo State spokesperson of the police, Adewale Oshifeso, said the command, while on intelligent patrols, intercepted the suspect after a distress call. He said none of the personnel of the radio station or anyone was hurt as the command responded in a well-coordinated rescue operation. He noted that the Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of the State Criminal Investigation Department has been detailed to lead a team to investigate circumstances that led to the incident, as well as expand network of arrests through painstaking intelligence-driven investigation. The statement declared the incident as an act of criminal, unpatriotic, and clear case of terrorism, which will be handled with adequate sanction under the law of the land. The Flying Eagles were beaten 2-0 by Brazil in their last group game of the ongoing FIFA Under-20 World Cup, but still reached the round of 16 of the tournament as the best third-place team in the group stages with 6 points. Nigeria will face either host Argentina or USA for a place in the quarterfinal. Nigeria needed at least a draw against Brazil to seal top spot in Group D, which they found themselves behind the first half. Texas Republican run House of Representatives have voted to impeach State Attorney General Ken Paxton, a Republican who is accused of bribery and abuse of public trust. Mr. Paxton, an ally of former President Donald Trump, is now suspended from office pending a trial in the Senate. A 2/3 vote in the upper chamber, where Republicans dominate, is required to permanently expel him. Mr. Paxton, age 60, denies all the accusations against him. That ends the evening news on Osbc TV. Please join us at 7 for Dateline. Good evening.